All right. We'll go.
Live.
Yes.
Coffee regular. Friday. It's sunny.
It's sunny. It's Friday.
Cold.
We took a week off because our schedule is conflicted.
And that's okay, because that's just fucking life sometimes.
Which is rare, but it happens. Yeah.
We had a really good stretch of just like really hitting it. Then kind of shit popped up. Whatever.
Is what it is, man.
Yeah, that's life. We're back to it. Kind of good to have a little recharge.
Yeah, a little recharge. Give us time to think about stuff.
Yeah.
No.
I was in a shitty mood last week, just in general. Like I was just low. My frequency was fucked up.
I gotcha.
I don't know what it was. I was trying to look for my signals and like look where it was. Like I couldn't.
I was feeling weird last week, but you know what? It was some other stuff that I couldn't pin down, but what I did pin down is I just ate way too much food on Friday.
Yeah, dude.
I just ate so much fucking food like that last Friday, and then I just felt like shit. So I fasted on like Sunday to Monday.
I do almost think that's it too, because like I went hard on some food like that prior weekend, I think, and that's what probably fucked me up for the rest of the week. And I had like I drank more than I. I don't usually drink a ton, but then like I did, and then not a ton, but like enough.
Yeah, more than usual.
Yeah, and that fucked me up for the week. And then like, what happened? Oh, my alarm didn't go off one morning. I like hit the thing, and it like selected that day to not have the alarm on. For whatever reason, it was like Wednesday. It won't work.
The one day you don't just wake up without an alarm.
Yeah, and it was the one day I needed to be up slightly earlier than normal and whatever. It was like just a slight offset, but I fucked it up. Whatever. I mean, shit happened, and I just had to kind of go with it.
Yeah.
And I always like make things out to be way worse in my head than they are.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, fuck the world. Just because I missed my alarm. It's like, no, I'll text my client. Everything will be fine. Like,
yeah. Have you learned to objectively observe that reaction?
Yeah, I had trouble earlier in the week because I was just in it. It's like that was my issue. My bigger issue was like
too deep in it.
I was just in it, so I could tell I was like smack dab in the middle of it. I was like, fuck, I need to get out of this.
Like,
so,
damn, I can't step back.
So I actually, you mentioned fasting. Like we kind of did the same thing. Just did like a 24.
Yeah.
Broke that. So it just kind of broke the cycle and felt better.
I would have done a 48, but I realized I had some like grass-fed hamburger left. I don't really eat meat during the week at all. So I was like, I'm making meatballs with this shit. I had some pesto left, so I made pesto meatballs.
That's nice.
And I was like, yum. Okay, now I won't eat for 2 days.
Yeah. It's the nice last meal. It's funny. Yeah. But then this past week was much better, so.
Yeah, I've ramped in. It started out weird. I was really off like Tuesday, and then like by yesterday I think I was back on. Like I feel good. Like, I'm very happy.
Yeah.
But before we get into anything else, I'll mention today's coffee. It's a new one. So THUNDERKISS, roasted especially for Catalinas. I went to Catalina's 2 in Clintonville last week. It was amazing. The first place I've ever been to in Columbus that reminded me of Athens. Like I felt like I was home.
That's awesome.
From the server to the coffee to the food. Me and my mom were there. Like we were both like, damn. This is like Athens. This is great.
That's great.
My mama found that place, and it was really cool.
That's nice.
So that was super happy. And then they had this great coffee.
Yeah, and you grabbed a bag.
Yep, and we're doing it Vietnamese style today, but black and like hot.
Yeah. So explain what that is, or explain the device anyway.
All right, so it's a little bit like a pour over meets sort of a coffee press. It's a little thing. You set it on top of the cup. You put 6-7 ounces of, say, ground coffee that's slightly finer than you would grind it for a coffee press. And you put this little press thing on top of it and press it down, and then you put some hot water on that, let it soak in, and then it drips down through a couple of different like it has a plate you set it on, it's got holes in it, and then it's got holes in the cup itself.
It drips down.
It drips down, and then you pour it. It takes a few minutes to make, and makes a strong ass cup of coffee. Yeah,
this is great coffee.
It's good, man. Yeah,
I've been on an espresso kick lately, so I've been really digging
this is right up the alley, man.
Yeah, but it's really good.
It changes the flavor of the coffee quite a bit.
It's not as acidic, maybe. I don't know.
Something about it's stronger.
Yeah,
but like
it's very balanced and pretty nice.
Yeah, it's still really good.
Yeah,
and it doesn't have, and since it's just holes in metal, There's no real filter going on there, so you still get all the oils and stuff.
Right.
So it's a really nice full flavor. I like it a lot.
Go to Catalina's, grab a bag of THUNDERKISS. We posted about it. If you want to see how we did the Vietnamese brew, I have a little TikTok I'm going to post later. So.
Yeah, check the TikTok, man.
Yeah, follow Coffee Regular on TikTok.
We're learning.
Yeah. We got to ask the children's how to make that work.
Yeah.
I don't really know. We're I mean, I've crossed the threshold of being old.
Yep.
I had to ask people about TikTok and like younger, like my jiu-jitsu kids and so.
Yeah, my daughter's offered to give us a tutorial.
Yeah, so, and I'm like, hell yeah, hook me up. Right?
Let us know.
I don't know shit about it, so. I'm like but the first coffee video I posted had like 1,700 hits or like plays or like it played a bunch and like people liked it and shit. Yeah. So like, but then the other one I did had like 19 or something like, so it was a weird.
Bro,
so again, I don't know
how that works, man.
Yeah, I don't know what makes things work. And even with like Instagram, some days we'll have like great posts and like 25 people, or then like we'll have like 3. Then the next one, like it's just like kind of timing.
Some days we'll get a bunch of new followers, and then some days we'll lose 4 or 5.
Yeah,
like can't think about it.
I don't really give a shit, but it's just kind of a funny game to play. It's like trying to time the stock market or some shit. It's just not happening.
Yeah, I don't know the rhythm of it yet. I just kind of post when I post.
Yeah. I need to like find someone from Instagram and be like, so, like
Instagram master.
What's the tip? Like,
show me the ways.
Yeah.
It's like you have to be a hot chick.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn
it, I'm not that, so.
I got abs, can we just post the abs?
Yeah.
Maybe, not as hot though.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, not in like a respectable way. We're not going to turn this into like a wholesome thing, that's for sure.
Crap.
Yeah. Well.
We'll figure it out.
If the money's green enough, I mean.
It doesn't have to be green. There's exchange rates.
Yeah.
I'll take yellow or pink or blue or whatever, man.
Just give me some.
Even coins?
Yeah. Shit, send me Bitcoin now.
Bitcoin. Right, McDonald loves Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, man. What did I get? This past week. Oh, man, we've been doing a lot of, like, takedowns and stuff.
Oh, we've been doing takedowns over at Running, too. It's been fun.
And pretty basic stuff, but everyone's starting to, like, click with it really well, and I'm super pumped about it, because, like, I don't know, you got to be able to take jiu-jitsu to the floor, too, I think, right?
Well, you kind of have to. It's a ground-based martial art. If you can't get people to the ground, then what the hell is the point?
Exactly.
You're going to let them, they're just going to sit down for you?
Yeah.
I think that worked once in history.
Yeah.
When Kano's judo team fought the police team in Japan, and legend has it that because of the rule set, they just pulled guard. They were like the first guard pullers. They pulled guard into arm bars and shit. And pissed Kano off so bad because they lost. That was the only team that ever beat him. He beat his people. He went to their school and was like, teach me everything you know. And dude was like, alright, bro. and then like Kodokan absorbed it, and that's where Kosen Judo came from. And they had the Newaza Revolution, as John Danaher likes to call it.
Yeah.
And then Kano got fucking sick of it. Was like, fuck that. No, it's gone except for you 7 schools. This is why it's Kosen Judo. School judo, right? And and then now we can complain about jiu-jitsu not being able to take stuff to the ground. All right, that's where it started.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. You'll always find something to bitch about.
Well, I mean, can we turn it around? And we're not bitching. We're just saying, hey, we're working on it.
Yeah.
We're working single leg entries, and I thought of you. I wanted to show you a fun detail.
Yeah. Love it.
Something Jake did with the single leg entry. I was like, ooh, well, 2 details, 2 fun things I'll have to show you. I'll ask you about that you will like.
I've been getting into a lot of like freestyle grips, freestyle wrestling type setups. So like 2-on-1s and like really standing people up and like getting them run over their hips and stuff, and almost like kind of like mixing between like Greco stances and trying to like knock people back around that way too. It's really fun.
Oh, nice.
And like a lot of the entrances, or like, I'm sorry, like a lot of the, like when you take them down, like a lot of those like set up the legs and all the stuff that I'm after right now.
Yeah, we've been setting up into a smash pass both times. Just push the knees together, push them over, windshield, smash, or basic smash pass. And we've been doing that into a smash pass all week.
That's tight.
It's been cool. But I've been having to force myself to take, shoot. Mm-hmm. It's not something I do.
Yeah.
It's a long way to the ground, man.
Yeah. I'm actually just starting to put together like a video series for like stance shots and like
nice
basic tie-up stuff.
Yeah.
I'm starting that thing. So like, because that's like the same. Everyone's questions like stem from that in some way. I'm like, go back to your setup, go back to your stance. So, like that's going to answer your question. I mean, pretty
posture,
much.
stance, technique, man.
Yeah.
Posture, stance got to be right first.
Yeah.
But I find it funny. We were working on one yesterday, and it involved a collar grip break, which as a drill we were kind of giving to each other. And I just laughed to myself. I'm like, this is actually the hardest part of the whole fucking drill. Mm-hmm. Like, you're not going to be able to break the grip that easy.
Yeah,
that's
funny.
There has to be another way in, man.
Yep.
Or not just the single grip break.
Well, that's the thing, too. Even if you break it down, it's like we were doing...
There's always holes, yeah.
Yeah. Like, we were doing something similar. But, like, even if, like... And I was breaking it down to the point where I was like, all right, warm up with a grip break. And then, like, that's the part that people are kind of, like shit. Rolling their eyes through. No, like, what there's kind of, whatever. Like, they're not... it's not the meat and potatoes yet. So they're kind of like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, nah.
Like, that's that is the meat and potatoes, guys,
yeah. That's the part you always get hung up on in a tournament, and that's what we're going to spend time on now. So.
Because, like, I know personally, I've got some pretty, like, vice grips.
Yeah.
I got monster clamps. They're not coming off easy, man.
Yeah. And especially, like, in tournament setting, people are just like...
Everyone's jacked. They're all adrenalined up. Yeah. First round, that didn't happen.
The funny thing, like, you see people try and do the grip break, and then it doesn't work, and their eyes go wide. Like, oh, fuck. They still got me.
Fuck. I didn't think this was important. Oh, man.
But then they're fucking on their head in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So, yeah, learn to grip
Work
break.
on your grip breaks. Lots of different ways. Travis Stevens has a gripping video. Jimmy Pedro came out with Grip Like a World Champion 2.0, which I also have. I have Grip Like a World Champion 1.0. I haven't got the new Travis Stevens one yet, but like, ask people about grips and practice them, and like how to break the grips, and just go over it with resistance.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like kill each other, like to break your hands every time, but like learn the mechanics behind it and like when and how and blah, blah, blah.
Make it a little harder and figure it out.
Because everything starts with a fucking grip, so like you let them keep that grip. Especially if they got it first, like they're in control. So like, go get a grip.
Old judo guy named Israel Hernandez actually does a really sweet drop seonagi off of letting people get a grip on his collar, and then he goes and over grip on it and hammers down his elbow. And then sleeve grips you and drops seonagis off it. He has a whole video. It's in his video breaking this creating Kazushi.
Yeah.
I just got. It was on sale. Like, I do this clearly.
You're a pro.
And I'll study like little bits of it. Like, I've never seen all of any of the videos that I own, but it's like a library reference thing for me.
Yeah.
And I referenced that. And I watched the shit out of it. And I was really checking it out. It's neat because it works well for someone like me. Is I've got kind of skinny arms, so I can weave in. And I can clamp down real well. Like skinny arms, strong hands, right?
Yeah.
It works really well for me. I like drop throws because I'm tall.
Yeah, you gotta clear that distance.
That's how I gotta get under people's hips.
Get down.
I can't exactly just bend my knees and be like below your belt most of the time. But
like me, where I'm a midget and I can dip under.
Oh, you're not that short. You're average height.
Yeah.
You're above average calves, man. Get over it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. You're fine. You've got Asian calves.
Yeah.
You might as well be Chinese.
I'm gonna kick up 10 feet if I needed to.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. And you got the good hair.
Yeah. Like the idiot sweep or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck around with that. Like, I love that sweep.
I love that sweep, yeah.
My buddy just tagged me in a video, like in a judo tournament. Someone like had the grip, swept him, sat up. Yeah,
nice.
Hip on. Like, I was like, oh shit!
You're like, oh damn, that dude was dumb. Yeah.
High level too. Like, it was international.
That's cool.
I'm like, that's some shit I would do.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
I've done that in tournaments. Like, I love that sweep. And I don't know. Like, I don't see people try it as much. Like,
I think sitting down has become a thing too much.
Yeah.
As far as jiu-jitsu goes, I feel like it's the one. It's a downset of like an action mindset of. in general, people stalemate each other on takedowns.
Mm-hmm.
So someone just sits the fuck down to get the action going.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is cool because it's jiu-jitsu, and it's like, yeah, but it's like, I like throws, man.
So like, if I like do that, or if I'm ending up on my butt, it's because like I failed something else.
For me, I don't pull guard. I just fuck up a throw.
I kind of like slipped an arm drag, and I ended up square. I'm like, oh fuck, and I can push him, or I'll sit down there for a second. But I've also like turned my hips and done like blast doubles out of it too. So like I'll turn, like so I'm square on my butt, but I'll turn and still come up. Like there's still ways out of that shit. Too.
I mean, if I end up pulling guard, it's because I messed up my counter drop throw that I do. Like, I've gotten you with that throw before. Yeah. You know, I don't even know how to do that. I just do it.
Just do the
and
throw.
It works. And I always put people on their back and get on top. I'm like, I don't even know what this is. Like, I gotta look this up one day.
People told me, like, with certain throws, like, it's just like grip and throw, grip, throw, grip, throw. Like, don't think.
Yeah, that's where it came from.
Grip it, fall, or grip it and throw.
Yeah.
Well, what do we do? I mean, we've kind of just been jamming.
Yeah.
What are we getting into?
What are we getting into today? Kind of a weird topic. You've probably never seen this movie. You need to see this movie called Killzone. SPL. Donnie Yen. It was Donnie Yen's first four. It's Donnie Yen and Samo Hung. Samo Hung is a villain.
Okay.
It's a nasty villain. Phenomenal. Like, I didn't know Samo could be this mean. It was great. But it was his first try at the MMA style. So it's got a real good mix of like really good like stand up cool ass fight scenes with like, you know, good takedowns and arm bars and roll throughs and shit like mixed in. Like, it's really cool. It was like it was the first movie Donnie Yen did that had that in it. He started to like explore that. And then Flashpoint came after, and Flashpoint was like, in my opinion, clearly his masterpiece.
The masterpiece.
But Killzone SPL is it's like a really gritty cop drama. And it's more of a drama than it is a fight scene film. Donnie Yen was in it, and like as they filmed it, he was like, we need more fight scenes. He's the action director. Yeah. And so he put some cool fight scenes in it that fit with the film, but the story of it's nuts.
That needs to be an American thing. They need to bring that into more.
Actually, in the behind the scenes, he talked about that a lot, how like Hollywood's fucking it up, because this was 2005.
Yeah. Okay.
This is a long time ago now.
He needs to plug that in. Bro.
And that's been working. Like, he's been working on that for years. But I was watching all the behind the scenes stuff because I recently I got Jake Flashpoint, and I didn't realize Dragon Dynasty is our production company that used to release stuff in the US. So they have really good English dub and really good behind the scenes stuff. They don't exist anymore, sadly. But so I picked up a new copy of Flashpoint, and I watched it again, and I watched it with the commentary, and I watched behind the scenes stuff, and then I picked up a new copy of Killzone and The City of Violence. Which I'll talk about later. But so I watched all the behind the scenes stuff on Killzone, and it was like, because it's such a good movie, like just a story wise, and I'm kind of watching everyone's take on it, and Donnie, all the different stars talking about it, and the director Wilson Yip he said something really cool about when he was creating the film. He was like, I wanted to make a movie about life is fair. Now, if you see this film, pretty much everybody dies. Spoiler alert. And I'm like, life is fair. It's like, it's a very Chinese concept of, you know, you get what you deserve. You make your choices, and there's consequences for your choices. And he goes, and it is a very Chinese thing. It's a real balance thing.
Yeah.
It's a
very like...
It's like Chinese people don't do a lot of like pity me shit. It's like, you fucked up. Too bad.
That's what you get.
Wash your hands, bitch.
Yeah.
like whatever, you know, like it's very... They're really balanced like that. They're not dicks about it, but it's just like expected. And like it changed my whole view of the film. And I was like, life is fair. Like, damn. And he was explaining what SPL meant and how it's like 3 zodiac stars and the balance of these 3 characters. And it's a really cool interview. It was really deeper than I had really thought about the film. So I just thought it was a good movie with kick-ass fight scenes. And it was like the first Kung Fu cop drama I'd ever seen. It was a movie that I liked. It also liked the fight scenes. I didn't just watch it for the fight scenes, right? But I was like, life is fair. Like, fuck. Because in the US, like, that's a trigger. Like, people get pissed.
Yeah.
Because it's like victim shaming and shit, right? And I'm like, no, not that direction. But like, yeah, like you're thinking about it. It's messing with your head.
Yeah, I get it,
Yeah. So that's, I don't know, that was bounced around in my head for a while.
Yeah, just because, I mean, you have so many, like, think about something like Western movies that are like, life is unfair. Like, it's almost this, you know, or they show, you know.
No, it's just bad luck.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas this
it's like
movie,
it's not your choices, it's just the universe, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I don't know. Like,
well, actually, like, SPL Killzone hints at it, like they kind of try to mention it, like, oh, you were, you know, like, one of the characters, like, yeah, my dad said I was, you know, born under the wrong sign, that I was going to die if I became a cop, but I wanted to do it, and he fucking dies.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they kind of hint at that, but, like, throughout the film, they show clearly you put yourself in a situation to possibly be killed.
Yeah.
Like, it was still your choice.
Yeah.
Even if
you fed it.
You fed it. Like, someone saw it coming and said, like, this is the path you can be on. Like, and knowing, like, and did it anyway.
Yeah.
You know? And, so it's kind of from that perspective. I'm not like, if, like, random bad shit happens, it's your fault. It's, now, you put yourself on a path, you make choices, there are consequences for your choices. Mm-hmm. Now, if you look at it a certain way, sometimes you can see that stuff coming. Mm-hmm. Like, something that my grandma and my godmother are both, like, were really good about this, and my godmother especially. They can tell you what's going to happen. Like, how people are going to react, what's going to happen. My grandma was really good at it, but she passed when I was 5, so I got, like, a taste. She was just like a mystical gypsy to me. Mm-hmm. So it's, like, really, like, just, it was always, like, magical to me. But my godmother, who's still around, explained it. She kind of taught me. And she used to do this shit all the time. She would always tell, like, when everyone was over, oh, they're going to do this, they're going to do this, they're going to do that, and then they're going to eat this, and then I'm going to do that. And then, like, she'd tell me the day. And then the day would happen. And she wouldn't, like, manipulate anything. Mm-hmm. She'd just be doing her thing. And everyone, she just knows everybody. Yeah. So I do that, too. And, like, I get that, how you could say, like, oh, you were born under the wrong sign. You shouldn't do that. Like, it's not necessarily a mystical thing. It's just, like, I know your personality. I know where you're going. Like, here's your choices. I know how you're going to react.
Yeah. It's like...
Yeah. But that's the life is fair part of... You put yourself on that path.
You kind of know what you're going to get. You can't. It's your choice to be blind to it.
Yeah, it's your choice to be blind to it. You know, it's your choice not to listen to people that may see it, or not to at least learn from it.
Yeah,
and to pay attention. So
hopefully, the circumstances aren't where you end up dead.
Yeah, exactly. Or if you die in a spectacular way,
in a ninja fight, that would be way different.
Yeah, but
that's how we all wish to go. But you know,
true. But yeah, so I was bouncing that concept around in my head. I wanted to toss it at you.
Yeah.
Of, like, as a positive thing.
Right.
Of, like...
yeah, because, I mean, I always relate it back to, like, my own circumstance with, like, mental health struggles, blah, blah, blah. When I was, like, really struggling and whatnot, like, a lot of it was signals from other places, right? Like, how we've kind of discussed, but I wasn't looking for the signal. I was just, like, focused on, like, being a shithead, basically, you know? And there's, like, it was me, almost.
Yeah,
so, like...
You were deep in it, identifying as that.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, I need to get this shit together and get it out. So, like, even, like, lost connections, like, that was a very, like, kind of opening moment.
I had no idea that was going to be such an opening moment for you. I just read it and thought it was cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, you really like this.
Yeah. Yeah, someone actually messaged me about it last night. And they said, like, thank you for, like, talking about it, and, like, I would have never found it if you hadn't done that, you know. And
it's a really wonderful book.
And they have family members that struggle, and we've talked about it briefly, and, you know, like, that's one of, like, the really nice connections that I've made out of that sort of thing. And, like, that.
Actually, that's a cool example, too, of life is fair in a positive sense, because it's looking at, like, if you have, like, mental health issues and not identifying yourself as that.
Yeah.
And then finding solutions. Yeah. And saying, okay, yeah, I have this opportunity. Yeah. I can make this choice based on how I feel.
Well, that and, like, that and just, like, the inaction, right?
Yeah, inaction is...
Inaction is a choice, too. So, like, you sitting there choosing not to do something about like the signals, even if you know that it's a signal to something being wrong, even if you just sit there and just look at it, like, and like I can think of times where I had done that and stuff, and like I don't like how that shit feels.
And that shit came back around on you too, man. Like you paid for it.
Yeah, exactly. And it took, and it almost like took time to be, and almost like to get away from like the mystical aspect of it. You know what I mean? To be like, oh, the universe is punishing me for something. Like it's like, nah, like you're kind of just being a dick. You know, like you just gotta tighten up here and there, and everything can be better, and everything's fine. So like, as it is. So, I don't know. It's just very when I learned to kind of come out of that and like look, it was almost like you flip the coin, right?
Yeah.
And it just kind of spun everything on its head 180. So like once you start to kind of take responsibility, you know, of your life and kind of audit yourself and kind of like, because I used to do, well, that's the thing too, I used to like punish myself too much for shit, you know? So like you have to like pull back from that too, to like a lot of that shit. Some of those things are in your control, and you should absolutely put the most effort and like make those as like positive, have to like a positive outcome. It's like I remember where I would like cut corners, and then I would feel like shit on the back end. It's like, well, that's what you get.
Fucking cut corners, man.
Exactly.
And take the time to do it right. Yeah. That's such a hard lesson to learn.
It's painful.
It is. I don't know that it's hard for everyone. I feel like if you have like solid mentors in your life that you trust, because like as being a parent, I'm really super aware of shit like that, and I've always raised my kid to take responsibility for her actions, but not like and not want pity or feel bad about it. Just say, this is what I did. Let's learn from it and move on. Yeah. So like I remember we got an iPad when she was 2, and like that was really funny because that was right when they had the commercials of it. It's intuitive and had little kids on it. So I just handed it to her as a 2-year-old, and I didn't even tell her what it was or anything. And she came back to me a little bit later. Can I get this game, Papa? Papa, game. I'm like,
what in the hell?
What the hell? How did you even? I don't even know what the hell that is.
You're like, damn, that thing's
you can't read. You can't. You're 2.
That is intuitive.
Yeah, I'm like, that's intuitive. Awesome. But she was carrying around. We didn't have a case on it, and she was in the bathroom. And she sat on the sink and it fell and shattered. Yeah. And I think I was sick that day. I was like upstairs, or I don't know. I was in bed for some reason. It was weird. It was like, I don't know. I'm not normally that way. She came and she was crying. Abba, I broke iPad. Like she could talk it too. Like she was, it was like she talked early, and my wife was like, she insisted on coming up here to tell you that she did this. She felt horrible until she could tell you, and she's like, I'm so sorry. And she told me what she did in like probably not in the clearest English. I understood every bit of it. Yeah. But I'm like, it's okay, buddy. You know, and my usual response to that is, don't put breaky things on slippery things. Yeah. Like we're gonna get it repaired. We had like the service, and it's cool. They just replace it actually, and like we'll go out and get a really cool case for it. Okay, okay. Thank you, Papa. Thank you for telling me, buddy. You know, and I was like, damn, kid taking responsibility. She didn't try to avoid it. She didn't try to hide it. Yeah. But like from day one, if you're able to do that in it's the safe place to fail concept. Right? Yeah. Of you can fuck up and no one's gonna be mad at you. Yeah. They're gonna be caring and loving, but you also have to be open to learning. Mm-hmm. You can't be a bitch and like want people to pity you. Yeah. Like you gotta or be like, it's not my fault. What do you mean? No.
That's part of it.
It's a two-way street, man. Yeah. And so like, I don't know if that was my problem, is I never felt comfortable failing in front of people, or I didn't have I didn't want to go to people and I felt like I got good advice, or I wasn't open to it, or there was a disconnect there. Yeah, I know what you mean. And so I got what I deserved. I shut myself off. I was overly critical of myself, which means I got beat up and lost a lot. If you're talking from a Taekwondo perspective, right? Yeah. Good training though, tough. I figured it out, but it set me back a lot, because I my ego was too big, or I didn't have people in my life that I could do that in front of. It was all like a weird thing. But life was fair.
Yeah.
I put myself in the situation and I didn't see the signs.
It's funny because you're so convinced that you're like right on that. That's the funny shit.
Oh my god, yeah.
And you're like, I'm like, yep, I'm fucking doing it.
This is what it is.
When you're like, wow, you have a fucking dunce hat on, like, you look like a dickhead.
Dumbass, yeah, shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I just have a lot of like now. I'm just like getting flooded with examples in my head of like. I mean,
see, this is what happened to me when I saw this thing. I was like, whoa.
Well, like now I'm thinking back to like bad gym environments. It's like you could have taken responsibility for certain things and left, but at the same time you're too dumb and young to know, and like you thought everything was cool. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't know. Didn't know any better. So like,
that's
how much that's on people older than you and above you.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're fucking up. Like giving you the wrong example.
Yeah.
And you don't know enough how to exist within that without being affected.
Yeah.
Or fucking leave.
Like I'm so glad that my parents are the way they are because like I would have been fucked if they hadn't. If I had any semblance of anything like from home and then gone into that environment, I'd be fucked. I'd be fucking dead in a gutter somewhere probably.
Oh, yeah.
Like, but since my parents are so fucking solid and like good, you know what I mean, like just through and through, that got me through that. Like, you know what I mean, with enough of my wits about me, enough of yeah. But. Yes, thank God for parents, right? Good parents that keep your head on your shoulders. Shit.
Yeah. Glad you got a place to go to and someone to feed you.
But then just like you're saying, like trust, like mentors that you can trust. Like I had some that were great, and then some that were awful, and then
some that maybe started great and
turned awful. And like, that's a weird one because when they turn awful, that's when they like decide to almost like use past experiences and like past opening ups and things like against you and like, past disclosures.
Oh, I so don't want to become that.
Nah, it's it's like what the fuck is that about?
Yeah,
I don't know. It just doesn't like none of that. I know none of that's gonna get me anywhere in the future. Like, you know what I mean? Like I know behaving that way because I've seen it play out.
Yeah, you know where that goes.
Yeah,
it's
I know
the same
what
story.
That behavior gets.
It's like growing up in a college town. I see people in college that, I'm like, I already know how this is going to go. Like I see your decisions right now. You want me to tell you how this is going to end? Yeah. And like, it's the same story. I'm like, it hurts people when you tell them that they're not original. Mm-hmm. And like, I'm a pretty original guy. And I know I'm not.
Yeah.
I know I'm not. I know there's other people that have the same fucking story, man.
Same story, like, same thing.
Yeah. And you're like, it's so funny when people don't realize it. And like, no, I'm completely unique. Like, not really. Yeah. I mean, we're all special in our own way, but right. This is not an unusual story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think like there's something like there's almost like a two-way street with it being like, this must happen to everybody, but also like this must only be happening to me, and like it just makes people like shut the fuck up about it,
Which in some cases is true, because maybe in your immediate environment it is only happening to you,
right?
But
on a scale of,
but you don't even have to take that worldwide. You just take that a few more blocks, literally,
and not even the same realm of something, like a totally different aspect.
It can be a totally different aspect, but it can be the same story.
Yep.
And if you can expand enough, and that's the cool thing about podcasts. I think that's the cool thing about things like Instagram. Mm-hmm. And the cool thing about podcasts is like you can see a story, you can see someone post something on Insta, and you're like, oh shit, I know what that is. Mm-hmm. Or listen to a podcast. I talk about that first time that I heard Travis Stevens.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy fuck, that guy thinks the same way I do. Mm-hmm. I never heard that from anybody before.
Yeah.
Not like that, especially at that level of success.
Right.
And all of a sudden, like, I had a community.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, prior to like podcasting and like social media stuff, like there wasn't the
that was much harder to find.
Yeah, the human fallacy of just like being able to fail. Like people at the highest level have experienced the most failure. Like stuff like that. So
because no one ever shows that. That's
now it's like, hey, I fucked up today. Like
now you see it by like real time.
Now it's almost to the point. It's like. If you post something bad, people like will jump on you for like fishing for something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'll be like, "Oh, you're just fishing for whatever." It's like, no, go fuck yourself. Like,
no, it's literally just today.
Yeah. Like,
This was an hour of my day.
Exactly.
I happened to post this.
Yeah, it's just like an interest. Social media is so weird like that.
Well,
like
that's
what
just,
you can post.
It's just society.
Yeah, and it's almost like an integrity thing. It's like you'll know. It's again like what you get out what you put into it, sort of. So like if you're posting bullshit and you act like a dickhead in person, like we know how that. Someone sees you post something, you're like, that guy's a dick.
Yeah, like that shit's wrong.
Yeah, it's just like whatever.
Like
or like you just know something about someone's
it's
backstory. You're like,
It goes back to that, like, honesty's the best policy, right?
Yeah.
You cold, bro?
Try.
Cold?
A little bit. I've been chilly lately. It's cold today.
It's kind of weird for you to, like, be sitting here and be cold. You want a blanket?
No.
I got blankets.
No.
All right, man.
Got my hood.
All right, because I got, like, a coffee blanket that my wife and my daughter made me for Christmas. It's pretty cool. It's like fleece. It has the coffees on it. Yeah.
That's really nice.
It's really nice. Fuzzy and warm.
That's like, I don't know. I had always like this internal struggle of like I really want to like get to know people and like reach out and like really love to know people and stuff like that, but there's a double-edged sword with that. Like as soon as you reach a certain point of like getting to know people or like you don't have boundaries set and they think certain other things, like stuff like that, things are very confused. Like, and again, like you're saying, honesty is the best policy, but like communication is the first step to honesty.
And if communication doesn't happen,
then how could you be honest?
And sometimes you're honest and communication's off. Like I was thinking about that the other day. We were sitting on before class, and just a bunch of guys. So a group of like guys I tend to shy away from. It's a little too much testosterone. I mean, I got a lot of testosterone, but
after years of being
in that shit,
pen,
I'm like,
I'm cool.
Fuck that. But then also, it's like I have a very different life. Now there are people like me. I just don't know many of them, which is fine. But then, like being a stay-at-home dad, your reactions are either Mr. Mom, oh, isn't that nice? Or complete like, oh, okay.
Yeah. All right.
Mr. Mom, I'll knock your teeth out. Don't even fucking do that shit. Oh, isn't that nice? Is just a stalemate. And you're like, and then like just the blank face, also stalemate. So like I kind of avoid conversation because most people tend to talk about work.
Right.
I'm just like, well, shit, I did the dishes this morning. I had to get that stuff done, and then I gotta get home, and I gotta, get ready for this, or Thursday tends to be kind of my light day, and so if I talk about my Thursday, like I'm gonna go home and make some really good food, and maybe watch a little Walker Texas Ranger, but then I gotta get this stuff done before the kid gets home. People are like, oh, you're lazy, you sit around and do nothing all day. Like,
it's like
no. One day a week. God damn it.
You can't get my one fucking day.
One fucking day. I just want to do 2 classes and eat some eggs. God. So like, I just kind of end up sitting there like, okay.
Why is like it's more prevalent on like social media and stuff, but then like you're saying like people's reactions, like why is like almost like it's like people react in like a shitty way, like kind of like.
They don't have a reference point for it.
Yeah.
Like, most people have a set reaction to a set... Like, they have set responses to set triggers. To set things. This is my response to this. This is my response to that.
Yeah.
Well, when you give them something they don't know nothing about, or their response is a dumbass movie, or, like, in my case, that's women's work. That's still there. Right. It hasn't left yet. We're we're transitioning out of that gender role shit right now.
Yeah.
But we ain't out yet.
No.
Like we're not even close to out. We're closer, but like it's still there. Of like people do this versus people do that.
Yeah.
And so no one knows how to take it. And so, like, everyone freezes up. So, like, in your case, you're a teacher. You communicate with a lot of people, so you're very open. You know how to take kind of anything. I do the same thing. I spend my life teaching. I know tons of people from all different walks of life. So I can I can take everything with a grain of salt and be curious rather than judgmental.
Yeah.
But very people have practiced doing that.
Yeah.
And so they get stuck.
Yeah.
And so, like, that's why I'm not mad at people for it. But that's also why I avoid it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've had trouble with that because like I'm shy and like antisocial kind of by nature and this and that. So like it'll be hard for me to like kind of like jump out and do that. But like being a teacher and like doing stuff and like really just kind of, because I've hated that shit for a while. Like, like when I started and stuff, I was like public speaking or talking to people, like it was not something I was into. Like obviously I fucking got better at it.
I mean, you had to.
Yeah, I fucking had to. If I wanted to try to succeed at anything.
Yeah. But you found it within your realm. Too.
Yeah.
You found your own personality and a way to do it your way.
But like I also found a way to have like genuine curiosity when someone says something I don't know shit about. If you're like, you said like I'm a stay-at-home dad, like you told me that when we first started, and I was like, oh shit, that's dope.
No shit, that's cool. Like, and your response was cool because you were like, that's dope.
Yeah.
Which I was like, thanks, man. All right. Yeah. It was like surprised me.
Yeah.
I was like but you know,
one like I don't know, like I've had, you know, jobs, not to say that you wouldn't be like proud of being a stay-at-home fucking dad, but like I've had jobs where like people like shit on, you know, and people are like, oh, you have that job, like
you're like, what, you too good for
work,
it's
like you're too good to fucking
you too good to pay your bills?
Yeah, exactly. It's like people's lives are different, you know. You have different paths, do different shit.
I mean, never think you're too good for anything.
Yeah,
for starters.
Well, that and like I've never done that. I've never been a stay-at-home dad. I don't know fucking shit about it.
Yeah, exactly. And also be able to admit that.
Yeah, how could I make even the beginnings of I couldn't even begin to imagine what it's like, you know, and I have a pretty fucking powerful imagination.
Yeah, seriously.
From day to day, like, couldn't even begin. Like, so like, on top of that, I just have like genuine curiosity about shit I don't know. Yeah. So like, then I'm like, but at the same time, like, you could tell me you're fucking astronaut, magician, I'm supposed to be like, yo, that's tight.
That's tight. Like, how's that go?
Yeah, like, what the fuck do you do? Like, what does a day look like for you? Because that's something I've always been curious about. Is like, what is your day to day like?
Yeah.
What are your routines like?
How do you practice that shit? How do you get at it? What's the steps on that?
Yeah, like, that's just cool.
You think that's the connection though? Is, I mean, if we're tying it back into the life is fair thing of, for stuff you don't have a reference point, I mean, does it connect to a growth mindset? Is it just be curious rather than judgmental? If you have no fucking clue, like, don't assume.
Yeah.
Like, and so I think.
Yeah. So like even then, like I've talked to people like who have been like personal training backgrounds, fitness backgrounds, something that I like,
those are
sort
wild
of
stories
have been
too.
in. Yeah. Something that I've like kind of been into. So like then you can be like, oh yeah, like, you know, I kind of understand that, or like, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot
like
of
touch base with that, like, you know. Even like I like jiu-jitsu, like one of my first questions is kind of like, have you ever trained before? And everyone kind of like nervous. He's like, no, I've never done anything. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like, cool.
Hey, good.
Like, sweet.
Glad you're here, man.
Like,
Come on.
It's way easier to you know, pour into an empty glass, like a full glass full of cement.
That's always a fun concept to try to get across to people. Like, I'm so glad you have no idea what you're doing.
Yeah, and that's
this
like,
is great.
I try to show like genuine gratitude that your brain fucking, you know, it helps me a lot.
Thank you for just getting the underhook.
Yeah. I had that last night. Like, brand new dude. What's up, dude? Like, yes. Like, no, I got nothing. Like, good, cool.
That's cool.
But yeah, just, I don't know. My brain will always put me, like, say you're like meeting someone for the first time or whatever, like my brain will like create some horrendous situation, the worst case scenario, like,
so, the worst case scenario will come out. You're like, oh god, stop.
Yeah, exactly. And like even recently, like I've gotten better at communicating or like and just like initiating conversation with people.
I've gotten worse. I used to be good.
Yeah, I've gotten better at it, but it's like I almost black out when I do it. Like I was like, I'm like freeze up, start talking. I'll get away from the situation. I'm like, was that okay? Holy fuck, what just happened?
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
that just happened the other day. Like I ran into someone getting lunch, and I was like, oh hey, what's up, dude? Like, and we don't know each other very well, but like we just met twice randomly places. So I'm like, oh, what's up? Like, what's up? And then I got back with Brooke, and I was like, was that fucking weird? Like, was that like psychopath? Like,
damn, my eyes open real wide. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Did I blink? But just, I mean, it's just like any fucking thing else, putting yourself in a terribly uncomfortable situation and doing it.
Yeah, get the reps in and see what happens.
And that was through teaching and like jiu-jitsu and stuff. Like I really cut my teeth there, and it took so many reps. Like I knew like I couldn't like do big speeches or something. Like I needed daily shit, like teaching a class. Like,
me too.
I needed that daily repetition with it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd clam up and it'd go away. So
yeah, that unfamiliar thing, but in a familiar environment kind of thing.
Yeah, and then don't get me wrong, like, by no means do I think I'm like good at communicating. And, like, I've gotten better at it. I used to be like negative, but like,
yeah.
I'm like at base level.
You have a different standard though.
Yeah.
Because I mean that's a broad term.
Yeah.
Communicating.
Right.
But you know, you're probably considerably better than a lot of people. But like, yeah, it's based on yourself. Don't worry about people. But
well, that's the thing too. It's like hard to get me going on shit.
Yeah.
It's like hard to get me going.
Or once you get going, it's like a flood.
Yeah, it's like, all right, shut the fuck up now.
It's like, damn, yeah.
Half of these podcasts are like me, just like, what the fuck?
That's both of us just going. Yeah, I mean, I don't talk to people ever, so like sometimes you get me going, and it's just like I edit this, and I'm like, oh my god, I talk too much.
But that's what it is. It's talking.
It's talking. So we're good. That's what we're supposed to do, right?
But so there's so many perceptions you put on other people, on yourself, like when you're talking or like going into a conversation. Like I overthink things, right? So
yep.
I'll have the tendency to do that even going into a conversation. I've just gotten better about like not talking myself out of having a conversation because of that. And it's like, you know what? Just do it. Do your blackout thing. Get it done.
Just go. I've been trying to observe like my hang-ups of like if I have like a notion about a person, like this person gets on my nerves, I'm like, why?
Yeah.
And I kind of try to break that down. I try to let it go and not let it, and if it just kind of continues to exist, I just kind of let it exist, but I don't let it affect how I treat that person.
Yeah.
And just say, oh well, I have that reaction. Okay. Wonder why.
Yeah.
And I kind of try to
just like, well, it's almost like you don't have enough information yet,
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, clearly I'm judging based on like, like one or two things, like, I just got off to a bad start, or this one thing happened, and I'm like, all right, that's not the real, that's not the complete reality, but it's just, okay, acknowledge that that's happening, and don't put it on that person.
Yeah.
And then you have like, where you're just really cool with somebody, and it is like, oh, why am I cool with that person? Okay.
Well, a lot of times you'll find like the person that you're kind of like dancing around or whatever, you're kind of just like eyeballing each other, you'll find something like super weird in common that you'd be like, oh shit, like they like that, or like, it wouldn't be the thing you'd think about.
And then you gotta like let go of your ego and let that thing in common be a good thing.
Yeah, and be like,
fuck, we have that in common, goddamn it.
But also, and then let it go to the point and be like, maybe it was me. Like, maybe
exactly.
Putting that
it was me, put that shit
person
on someone, And
then that makes you start to think about a lot of other shit.
I'm an ass. Oh, no,
it's like, damn, I'm thinking a lot. As long as you can get to the point where you're not like self-deprecating with it too much.
Just accept, like, look at it as the positive thing.
Yeah.
Like, you got what you wanted out of that. Won't change what you wanted.
Exactly.
And then, okay, different choice.
Yeah, I used to just and I still do it time to time, like would replay conversations in my head. Like now I don't as much, but like it used to be the bulk of my time. But like, now I just let it be. Like, what am I going to do about it? Rewind and change a few words? Like,
ain't happening.
It's not going to work that way.
Move forward. Yeah.
But I think a lot of that too, like, I got to the point where it's just like a mass amount of communication, so it's like I show so many flaws in like human things. Like people are like, he's just a fucking guy, Because like before, I'd be like so shut off that people would put those perceptions on me, like, he's a dick, he's whatever.
Kind of.
So like I almost like overdo it, just be like, I'm just fucking here.
I'm here. This is what I'm
here. I'm doing my thing, and I'm gonna leave. So, I don't know. And that's just my personal journey with it. Like, I used to be a really shy kid. And I think podcasting helps too, like just learning to express opinions and express
and just talk it through. I love having an idea and tossing it at you, and then we can kind of just go through it and work it out.
Chew it out.
Neat.
Like, and like you're saying, like other people that kind of like rub you the wrong way or some shit. Like, it took me a long time to be able to be like, maybe it was me doing that, because I used to be like, he's a dick, fuck that guy. But now it's just kind of like, maybe I'm just having a bad day. Like, like I don't know him that well.
And I mean, sometimes people just don't click.
And that's fine.
That's fine. Like sometimes, like personality wise, you just never really going to get along.
You
don't have to hate the person. You know,
you don't have to wish like ill will on them. But by no means do you have to like enjoy them either.
You don't have to be around them either.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, oh yeah, we don't click. All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
You know?
But also being like comfortable enough to be like, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
And not being like, fuck that, I need that person to like me. Like,
yeah. No, you don't need the person to like you or dislike you. You don't need to like them or dislike them.
Yeah.
Just sometimes you don't match up.
Yeah, that's
like,
fine. And like maybe you might later on. Like,
yeah,
you're not like shutting them down as a person or like shutting off the valve of relationship potential or anything.
Yeah, just be like, hey, all right, currently, this is how it is.
It's like maybe 2 weeks from now I have a revelation, be like, maybe I was a dick, and then they're like, hey, you want to have coffee? And you have a new friendship, or you go out and do that, and you realize, we don't fucking click for sure.
No, not clicking. It's fine, and don't be pissed about that.
Yeah,
just be like, okay, yeah.
I mean, that's dating. You can take that to dating.
That's dating.
That's dating. You know, I'd be like, I don't know, we don't click. All right, fuck this. Be on. Don't be mad about it. Move on.
Yeah.
Or if you click, see how it goes. You know, because like. There was a very short period, like, where I, like, actively dated people, like went on dates and did things, like, just didn't do it very, but, like,
I've been on one date my whole life.
Yeah.
One date. I met a chick at a party when I first moved up here. She was amazing. We hit it off really well. Went on a date. I fucked it up so bad.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Because I think my wife makes fun of me for this. She's like, when you get nervous, you just talk about fighting and training. That's all I fucking did. This was way before I met my wife, which is really funny. But the one date I went on with someone I didn't actually know. Because, like, growing up in a college town, you kind of, like, I know everybody. I work at the college. I go to school at the college. I know everyone.
It's a very tight community.
So if, like, I had a girlfriend, we've been sleeping together for a month, and we're like, are we dating? I guess we're dating. Like, that was pretty much life. Right? And, like, I go on this one date, screw it up all bad, and I'm, like, all hard on myself, like, man, you know. And now I look back at it, like, it's a great learning experience.
Yeah.
What did I force? What did I do? I didn't dress like myself. I combed my hair. I let someone else make a reservation for me. I talked about I'm like, I could set that up so much better. But, that's a... I'm glad I did that.
Like, it was just like, it's just like, you see shows and stuff, and like people like, they get like rejected or like they're just like nah, and they like stalk them and they do like that. Obviously like, very extreme, but like
it's fucking weird.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like
damn,
that's not good. Like, this show, I don't know if you're familiar with it at all. It's very popular. It's like this guy who fucking like gets super obsessed with chicks and like stalks them and puts them in glass boxes and shit and like ends up killing them all. He's fucking nuts. But like everyone's like, this show's great. I'm like, he's fucking nuts. Like,
so it's fucking scary.
It's kind of like Dexter, you know? It's like, just like dark but funny, but shit like that. It's like weirdly, it's like maybe you should have said no the first time you walked off and did something else, and you don't have her in a box in your basement now. Like, that's a very literal example of like your choices and whatnot, like leading you to places.
The only human figures that are in the basement are throwing dummies and grappling dummies, guys. There's no people in there. There's nowhere.
People in glass boxes. He had like 4 or 5 people in this glass box. Like
freaky, man.
It wasn't like necessarily like that planned. It was always just like something that was like, oh fuck, I need to kidnap this person, put him in this fucking box now.
Dang.
Don't do things that make you put people in glass boxes in your basement. I think that's pretty fair.
It's a simple life lesson there, man.
Make choices that don't lead you down that path.
Hey, you get what you ask for, man.
Yeah.
Life is fair. But
life is fair.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I always come back to something I learned from a meme, actually, that put it in a really great perspective of this thought that I had but never had formulated. And that's the fun thing about memes, is it's very Einstein. If you really know something, you can explain it simply.
Yeah. That's true.
That's the essence of a proper meme, right?
That's true.
And I read this once.
That's why it's in like a news source now, almost like it's a source. Like,
but you got to be able to differentiate. People's bullshit filters are bad.
Be smart enough,
and that's the thing.
That's anything on the fucking internet.
That's anything. Period. But it's other people's opinions of me are none of my business, and I kind of extended that to, and my opinion of them is none of theirs.
Yeah.
And that's like a foundation of like how I operate.
Yeah.
I told it to my kid real early on, and she has like no drama.
Yeah.
And like when drama should be starting, and she talks to me about other people's drama, she's like, "I won't play that game."
Right.
I don't want to. Yeah. But like I live by that, and keeps you from getting put in a glass box in someone's basement. Keeps you from freaking out and obsessing over people and putting them in the basement. Like, kind of thing.
Keeps keep you out of the basement.
It does. It keeps
stay out of the fucking basement unless you're training.
Unless we're going to go and train in the basement after this, by the way. But,
different story. But.
It keeps your basement as a gym.
Yeah, not as a kidnapping destination.
But yeah, it freed me up a lot.
Yeah.
From like gradually getting into that mindset, it freed me up, and I was there, and then I saw it distilled into a saying, and I was like, "Pow, perfection."
Yeah.
But it freed me up a lot from giving a shit.
Yeah.
Of like, I don't care what anyone thinks about me. I really, truly don't. Yeah. And I don't have to share what I think about anyone else either.
Yeah.
It allows me to look at, if I have an opinion about someone, whether negative or positive, allows me to look at it objectively, and A, not share it, but B, think it through. And be like, oh.
Well, also, it gives you a moment to be like, am I putting them on a pedestal for something?
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to do
isolating them for any
because I've done that.
Mm-hmm. No,
and like, that's a mistake, too.
I don't do that anymore.
No, fuck that.
I don't do hero worship. I also don't do, like, blatant hate of people either.
No. It's much... It's not... The frequency is very much...
pretty fucking even, yeah.
It's like, you're not getting me off kilter, bitch.
No, I ain't happy,
No. People are interesting.
Very much so. Like bird watching.
Well, the dogs aren't out, so I gotta watch the birds,
Yeah. There's lots of cool birds in my backyard. They'll come back. There's a cardinal that comes around every year, too.
Man, there's a cardinal at my parents' house that they feed. It's like their pet.
Oh, pet.
There's a pair of them, actually. They just feed them nuts and stuff, and they just come by every day, and they eat and leave, and my mom just sits there, and the dog sits there and looks at them, and they're just fucking chilling.
Nice.
It's very Snow White.
That's very cool. That's how my squirrels are.
Yeah.
A couple squirrels that come by and just chill.
You get the neighborhood squirrels,
They followed me from the other house.
Good.
Like, they show up here.
They got he's got the good seeds.
Yeah.
I see your feeder. I made that shit in Boy Scouts. The little
feeder. That's not me.
On the wood pile thing.
Oh.
That thing.
No.
You stick a corn cob on that, and they sit there on the little bench and they eat it.
Oh, really?
It's adorable.
I'm gonna do that. All right, I'll put a corn cob up there.
Yeah, the little bench, like you stick on the nail, and they just like sit on the little bench and they eat it.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm going to use that for then. I didn't know what that was.
Yep. Made those shits in Boy Scouts along with a bunch of birdhouses.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, back in the day.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I'm totally going to do that.
Yeah. Up your nature.
Heck yeah. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. So, don't put people in your basement. That's really what we're taking away from today.
Unless you're training with them and it's reciprocal.
Yeah, that's totally cool.
Yeah. But, toss around your head. Life is fair. And don't victim shame it. Make it a positive thing. There's balance. Right?
That's just that. Stoic philosophy was a big one, like digging into people's opinions. Because I needed like a lot of reaffirming with that. Because like obviously I used to be like hyper aware of like opinions and like I used to gave a shit what people think about me. So I needed a lot to kind of dig into to get away from that. Oh yeah,
you needed time away too. You had to have some time by yourself, where you weren't under anyone's control, or you weren't trying to impress anybody, or having to do anything.
And dig into that at the same time.
And be able to just like be in your own head.
Letters from a Stoic or Letters to a Stoic by Seneca or whatever.
Is that Seneca's one? I like Marcus Aurelius's.
I like Meditations.
Meditations is good, man.
But
there's another take on Meditations. It's called The Emperor's Handbook. Which is actually pretty good too. Yeah, but
the Seneca digs into like the opinions and a lot, and you're like,
I'm an Epictetus guy, so that's my go-to Greek philosopher. So I'll have to dig into
Seneca are my two big ones. Epictetus too. Don't know shit about philosophy, but I try to read it.
I bet you we know more than you think, bro.
Yeah,
Like you train a lot, you kind of get led down that path.
Because it's a very physical manifestation of all of that shit.
That's all it is. That's the funny part about real philosophy. Is Marcus really stabbed a lot of motherfuckers.
Yeah.
At that point, dude. Like he got beat up a lot. He got stabbed a lot to get to that point too.
That's why his shit is very interesting.
That's why his shit's so deep, because he lived through all of it. Like he made it. Like, and so like you make it through that kind of shit. Like you get philosophical. You know?
He's probably like, why did I live through this event? Why did I do this to that? What am I getting out of this later on? You know, he's fucking. He saw some shit and he's like, oh man.
That's the real philosophy, man. Because it's after the experience, or the many experiences, when you sit down and realize, like,
and look back.
Whoa. Then you get deep. So I bet you, we're philosophical geniuses, bro. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, we'll get there. Read some books and shit. Listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
You know.
Get a degree and work at Target. Think deep thoughts about being unemployed.
Yeah. I used to have opinions, like, I used to have other people put opinions on me for doing whatever.
Very typical in a whole, like, especially if you're the number one guy coming up in like a martial arts setting with a teacher, and if you're really fucking good and they take you under their wing, and at first it's cool, and then they kind of try to turn you into them or some shit,
or something weird,
or make you into something, and this is your expectation. You know, you get it.
Anytime there's like weird expectations, it's fucking weird.
No, this is fucking weird. Yeah, like put some expectations on yourself. Compare yourself. If you have to compare yourself to anyone, compare yourself to yesterday.
Yeah.
Did I get a little bit better today? Did I get something out of this training session? What did I get out of it? You know, you don't have to be dead tired or anything, but like, did I get something out of it? Keep it all in house, man. 100% you. Yeah. But yeah, like as a kid, like, it goes back to the whole proper mentors, leaders thing. If you don't know you're being manipulated.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's hard to tell the difference between good and bad.
Right.
And so, like, do you have people around you that can?
Yeah, and that's tough too, because if you're in a group, or
you're
then this motherfuckers get out, they're cut off. They
cut
kill
off
you. You're still brainwashed. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you're still in that mob mentality. Like, nah, defend the cult.
It's like or like you're like, oh, what? We can't talk to James or whatever. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. Even that, like, looking back at that, like, and I was still a kid and stuff, but like, I'll never let another fucking person tell me who I can and can't talk to.
Fuck no.
You know what I mean?
No. And that was
so silly.
Yeah, it's just silly. Or like let people tell you what you should look like or something.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
There's reasons I've never cut my hair or pulled my pants up to my waist. Yeah. Well, when my legs are stupid long, I put my pants up to my waist. My pants don't fit anyway.
Yeah.
But like no, like, you know, you can't tell me what to do, and that's not a defiant thing. It's an original thing.
Yeah. It's just kind of like, I respect you enough to do this.
Yes. I would rather express myself in my own way.
And I respect you enough over there, and leave your shit over there.
Yeah. Keep your shit over there, man. You're fine. We can coexist, but yeah.
I gotta pee.
You always gotta pee.
I always gotta pee.
Tiny bladder.
I know.
Strong of coffee. He's well hydrated, and the coffee is strong.
That's something
It is a compliment.
Been good.
Yeah. But yeah, what do you think? Like, life is fair.
Life is fair.
Let us down some cool roads.
I think so. Like, but it's not just like, oh, life is fair, I'll get this and blah blah. You gotta dig into it.
Dig into it, man. Dig into it with a positive mindset.
Listen to like the past 10 episodes, and then listen to this, and like, oh yeah, that's what we're talking.
Fucking jump in, yeah, man. Yeah, it's
There's a lot of hard shit before that, but it's a lot of prerequisite stuff, but
yeah, but this one lighter than I expected.
Yeah,
it was very cool. Yeah, it was
fun.
Yeah, very fun.
Yeah.
So
I know Jason was listening, so go fuck yourself. And
they love each other.
I know. Have a great Friday, everybody.
Yeah, keep your coffee regular, everybody.
As always, yeah. Peace in.
Yeah.